Hello everyone, welcome to Dwarf Fortress. I thought now that the Steam version's been released, I will do some little quick tips for people who are new to the game just to help you get started. And yeah, let's start with bridges because they're pretty easy to do. So you're going to need some materials. I've chopped down some trees for some logs. You can also build them out of rocks or cut blocks or metal if you wanted, whatever you want really. I've also cut out this channel just to show this is an open space, just to show how we build them across like chasms and water and things like that. We go to here, the place structures, where you can press B for that. We go to constructions and we go to bridge. You can either pick select material after placement or use closest material, pick whichever one you want really. I'm going to select material after placement so I can choose what I build my bridge out of. Otherwise the dwarves will just grab whatever's nearby to make it. And also you can choose here which direction you want the bridge to open. So I'll show you this a bit more later on, but it should be quite self-explanatory. If you imagine a drawbridge lifting upwards, it would lift up towards this side and so on. You can choose which direction you want your bridge to open in. This one acts slightly differently. The bridge basically disappears when it lifts up. I'll show you later what that means. So yeah, we'll place the bridge, and you'll see because there's an empty space here, I can't actually start the bridge on the empty space. It'll say here it needs to be anchored on edge. So I need to start it on a flat piece of ground, and you can choose any size you want really. And I could build it here, or I can build it over to the edge. So I'll build it like that, and I'll choose maple logs to build it out of. I think while I'm at it, I'll build the other types of bridges just to show you. Yeah, I'll build one of each bridge just to show how they work. And I also forgot to say, when you're picking your material, depending on the size of the bridge, that'll depend how many of each material you'll need. So I need 2 for this, and I can pick 2 of the same, or I could pick 2 different ones. I could build it half out of rock salt and half out of wooden logs if I wanted. Okay, so the dwarves will start dragging materials over to the bridge to build it. There we go. We have bridges. However, we need to do a little extra step if we actually want them to be able to raise. I've started mining out some areas because we do need rock for this. Let's do a bit more mining. But what we'll need, we go back into this section and we go to workshops. Here we go, the mechanic. So we need a mechanic for this. And once again, like the other one, we place it and we also select what material we want to build it out of. I'm going to build it out of logs to save my rocks, because you need the rocks to build mechanisms in the mechanic shop. So once again, we'll wait for the dwarves to start building that. There we go. We've got our finished mechanics workshop. So now we click on the workshop and we go to add new task. And we're going to need to do rock mechanisms, and I'm going to put that on repeat, so whoever makes these rock mechanisms will just keep making them until they run out of material. Right, I built a little mechanism stockpile here, so that once he's finished with the mechanism building, he places it in this stockpile. Now we've got some mechanisms, we want to raise this bridge. So once again, go to this place structures and work areas, and we want to go to machines/fluids and pick a lever, and we'll place it next to the bridge just for ease, but you can place this anywhere in your fortress. It doesn't need to be next to the thing that you're operating. And then we pick one of the mechanisms to use. So I'm going to pick a rock salt mechanism. There we go. The dwarfs come along and built the lever out of a mechanism, and the colour of the lever will be the same colour as the mechanism. The colour of the mechanism is determined by the rock that it's built out of. Now what you want to do is link the lever to the bridge. So you click on lever, click link lever, and you click on the object that you want to link, and you'll need 2 additional mechanisms to link it. So there we go. I'll click on the objects that I want to link the lever to, which is this maple bridge. There we go. Our dwarf will go and get those mechanisms and link up to the bridge. Here we go. Oh, they've decided to have a little nap there, I think. She's had a nap and she's finished linking up the bridge. So now all we do, click once again on the lever and choose pull lever. Simple as that. Someone will come along and pull it. If you want them to do it quicker, I advise clicking this. It sets the task as highest priority, and someone will just drop whatever they're doing and come along and pull it. So let's do that. and boom, the bridge has lifted. And as you'll see, it's lifted in this direction because that's what I chose. And here, this is basically if you imagine the bridge lifting up, and that's the bridge standing upright. And this will now act as a wall. I think enemies would be able to climb over the top of it, but they wouldn't be able to get through it this way. Now, what I'm going to do is link up to the other bridges just to show you what happens. We'll see them all go up hopefully now. Boom, there we go. And I hope you notice what happened there. This bridge lifted up in this direction. And we now have a wall here. This bridge in this direction, and this bridge in this direction. And our retracting bridge just completely disappeared. That's basically what it does. It's a solid floor 1 second, and then it's just an open space. It doesn't go anywhere. It's supposed to simulate a bridge that sort of retracts. And there we go. Easy, easy. So, what can you use bridges for, apart from clambering over chasms and bodies of water? Let's imagine this is our entrance to the fortress. And what we can easily do, we'll choose a bridge that opens in this direction. We'll make a 1 tile bridge, build it out of apricot wood lugs. While we're at it, we'll build a little lever over here. Link it up to the bridge with some extra mechanisms. And then once that's linked, you've got a nice little way of easily blocking off the entrance to your fortress. So if you imagine, goblins suddenly attack, quick everyone get inside. And while you're inside, pull a lever. And there we go. No one can get in. This has created a complete impenetrable wall, I believe. An easy way to block off the entrance to your fortress in case of an attack. Unfortunately, I've trapped a load of dwarves outside. If this was a real attack, they'd all be killed by goblins. But these two would be safe, and the cat. The only thing with this is you've got to be careful, because when the bridge comes back down, anything that's standing underneath it will be instantly killed. So that's why I've only built it 1 tile thick, so that when it raises and when it lowers, it basically occupies the same space. So there's no dwarf that can be standing on this tile when the bridge comes down. This could also be used to your advantage if you wanted to use it to kill enemies. So you don't need to link them up to a lever. You could also build a pressure plate. We go back to this building area and we pick traps and we pick pressure plate. You get some options for your pressure plate here. Resets or 1 use only. I'm going to pick resets, and then you choose what sets the pressure plate off. And I'm going to choose here creatures. This means that anytime anyone walks over the top of it, and I'm also going to pick citizens trigger it, so that anytime a dwarf walks over the top of it, it will set the pressure plate off. You can pick any creature you want, really. Say you just want it to go off when goblins walk over it, you can do that. I'm going to pick just dwarves. And once again, you pick your mechanisms and they will build that. And same way with the lever, we click on the pressure plate, we click link plate, and we choose what we want to link it up to. And they will use some extra mechanisms to link those 2 items. Oh, here comes someone. Oh, and there we go, the bridge has gone up. And because it's on reset, it goes back down again a couple of seconds later. It's kind of useless in this setting, but it's just to show you how that works. Let's build 1 more bridge. It's going to be this. It's going to open to the right. Someone comes along. They stand on the plate. The bridge goes up and it resets back down on top of them. Oh, they're too quick for it. What if instead we build another pressure plate just here? Don't do it. Boom. And there we go. I think we've effectively murdered most of the dwarves in our fortress with a simple trap. Oh, there we go. I've killed all of my dwarves in a matter of days, very easily. You can see how effective that trap is. Now, hopefully I've given you some ideas. You can build those bridges to tip people into chasms of magma. You can crush them. You can set up elaborate mazes. You can do a million different things with bridges. And hopefully I've showed you some of the basics there. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I'll do some more in the future. And if you've got any specific ones you want me to do, then let me know. Alright, bye bye.